Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And good morning to you. It is Coffee and Time on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us as always. It's Tuesday morning. It's January 23rd. I'm Joe Callahan. Around the coffee and table, we'll say hello and good morning to Linda Tebow. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to have you here. And Ed Carew has made it in today. Hello there, Ed Carew.
Hello there.
Nice of you to make it in from the
you get
Carew
the
Investment
email?
Group. I got it late.
We missed you.
The 7 o'clock email, I read it 9 in the morning. Ed's not going to make it. All righty. I should look at my email a little more often.
Well, you checked your text messages.
There was nothing. It's nothing is foolproof.
No?
Because I get my emails on my phone, and I never got that particular one. Why? I don't know. But there it is sitting on my laptop, but not on my phone. So,
okay.
so Ed and I were going back and forth, and we're putting the blame firmly on Apple.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because it's his iPhone and my iPhone, and that, and they didn't talk to each other, and we don't know why. So let's blame it on them.
Sure. Why not?
Because they can't fight back. There we go. All right, it's time for our first message from the Carew Investment Group. Ed?
Okay, thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. 3 words that sum up what you can expect from the Carew Investment Group. We were established in 1987. I know because I did it. We've been helping local investors to build wealth and guide them through their golden years of retirement using quality stocks of companies that you know, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We also use investment-grade bonds and low-cost exchange-traded funds. And to find out more about our services and for a quality conservative approach to investing, you can call us. You can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Integrity, trust, and service, the Carew Investment Group. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thank you very much. All right, first thing we want to bring up, before we get to the New Hampshire primary, we avoided a government shutdown. Ed said we would.
Well,
But
I
how?
said we would.
Yeah, and Linda said we would.
It didn't
And
make as much impact as when Ed
Yes.
says it.
but they just kicked the can down the road a little ways. Did I get that right, Ed?
Yep.
How far did they kick it this time?
I don't know. I really did not pay too much attention to them. I knew they
All
would
right.
do it.
Yes, and they did.
Yeah, and I knew they would kick it down the road a bit.
It's not a lot.
they said
It's a-
March.
It's not far.
I
Oh,
think
just
they
March?
said- I
You
think
can
they
still
said
see
March.
it.
You can still see the can?
It's not out of sight.
All right. Well, that's how they keep things going there. Now, the other thing that
It's
happened.
like never do today what you can put off till tomorrow.
So true. It's one of my mantras. Now, one of the things that happened yesterday is stock exchange
Yeah.
closed at over 38,000 for the
Yeah.
first time ever. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think it closed there Friday too.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good news. Is it good news?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a
Everybody
whole
happy
lot
with
better
it?
than a new low.
New lows. That's true.
Right,
So, all right. So, you think we'll hit new records again?
Oh yeah,
Will,
I'm
will
sure
it
we'll
stay,
hit
will
new
it stay,
records
will it stay
again,
above
but it's
38,000?
not going to go up every day.
Oh, right.
You know, it's going to become. It probably already is what is known as overbought, meaning it has gone up quite a bit in the past 5-6 weeks, maybe faster than it should have. You know, you're going to give time for the earnings to catch up. You know, and the economy to catch up to where the stocks are being traded at. Right now, there's a lot of enthusiasm. Some of it, I think, is overdone
Okay.
regarding the lowering of interest rates. You know, a lot of stock market people and other people are looking for 6 to 7 interest rate cuts this year, with the first
Wow.
one coming in March, and I'm saying they're full of crap.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. I don't expect to see the first one until at least June, and I don't expect to see more than maybe 3 this year. So if a whole bunch of people if the market is going up in anticipation of 6 rate cuts,
Yeah.
it's not
Not
going to
gonna
keep
happen.
going
Yeah.
because it's somewhere along the line they're going to say, "Oh, we ran out of months. We can't do 6 in 4 months."
All right. Ed's usually right on these things.
He
on
is,
this,
yeah.
so.
They can't have enough pizza parties.
All right. Well, Ed will keep an eye on that for us.
I will. There's a Fed meeting next Tuesday and Wednesday.
And where's that going to take
Really?
place?
Washington.
D.C. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So good for that. So other things going on. The New Hampshire primary is today. Dixville Notch has already voted. You might have heard it on our national news that they said it. All 6 registered voters came out to vote. There were 4 Republicans and 2 independents, and all 6 for Nikki Haley. So she's winning right now.
She's ahead right
She
now.
should be celebrating. I'm up 6-0. So, but the polls, I guess, have probably opened by now, and so everything else will be going on up there. You know what? You know what? I don't know if it should surprise me or not, but being down here in Rhode Island and living on kind of a Rhode Island Mass border, a lot of Trump and Haley buy TV ads in Boston because they get shown in New Hampshire as well.
Right.
So Ed and I, we get to see a lot of those ads.
Yep.
All right. Linda, have you heard of a man named Dean Phillips?
No.
Ed?
Yeah.
So have I. You know why?
Who's Dean Phillips?
He's running ads in New Hampshire. He's a Democrat, and he's running for president.
Really?
And you've never heard of him.
I've never heard of him.
He's a congressman from Minnesota.
Really?
Yes. And what's bugging me, Ed, is that the mainstream media,
They ignore him.
they're ignoring him. They just push him aside. We because we want Biden. We want Biden to be the nominee, and you're an annoyance, and we wish you'd go away.
Oh, so he's running as a Democrat.
He's
he wants-
campaigning in New
for-
Hampshire.
Oh, I never heard of him.
Well, that's the issue.
Wow.
Because Biden is not on the ticket today.
That's right.
Right, exactly.
But
yeah.
he is. But Dean
He
Phillips
is.
So how is now they're all projecting Biden to win? How is he going to win if he's not on the ballot?
He's not going to. Oh, he might. How is he
How
gonna
is
win?
Biden going to win?
Probably as a write-in.
Because there are that many people going to write him in, as opposed to just clicking the arrows, connecting the arrows for Dean Phillips.
Well, how many people are going to look at that and say, "Who the heck's Dean Phillips?"
Well, he
Let's
has
write
been
in Biden.
If you and I know about him down here in Massachusetts, they must know about him up in New Hampshire.
We pay a little bit more attention than the average person, I think.
Okay, we're smarter, I guess.
No, we're not smart.
I know.
It's just that it's more in our
Wheelhouse.
wheelhouse because
Okay.
of what we do for a living.
Okay.
But you know what, though? I mean, the focus on all of this is really, it seems to me that I see nationally and everything, the focus is on Trump, the Republican, because it's just assumed that Biden's going to be the.
That's right.
Yeah,
But yet this guy's
The
running around
nomination.
New Hampshire,
is he?
and
Yeah.
he must got money if he's buying ads.
Well, that's the other thing. How much money does he have? What kind of
I
an
don't know.
organization does he have?
Right.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
probably not much.
Right.
Okay.
And so short-lived.
Yeah.
It'll be short-lived. But the assumption, I think everybody else in the world, the assumption is Biden will be the Democrat nominee.
Well, that's what I got a note written in sent to me yesterday. It just says it looks inevitable that it's a Trump-Biden rematch,
Yeah.
but not encouraging. Biden's weak and old, and Trump, well, what can you say that hasn't already been said? Under scrutiny for crimes of the Constitution, insurrection, yada, yada, yada. Biden may be old, but so is Trump. But Trump's crazy, according to the,
Well, they're the
according
same
to the
age,
writer.
but they're the same age.
Yes.
As far as
But which
people
one's...
concerned about that.
They're
in
both
their health.
77.
They're both 77.
Yeah. And then the note goes on to say, do you know that our neighbors up north, Canada, have been voted as the most peaceful place to visit in the world? Violence, crime, and strict gun laws are the reasons. At least that's what they say.
Really?
I don't know what their strict gun laws are. So do you know what Canada's gun laws are, Ed?
No idea.
Don't look into it. Okay.
Interesting.
I mean, they have their share, but I just... I've only been... How many times have I been to Canada? I've been to Canada twice in my life. Not to any major city. I went to New Brunswick. Very nice.
It's very nice. Canada's
nice,
very nice. Yeah.
rolling hills,
Yeah.
and it was okay. So, but I haven't been to a big city there, so I don't know. But you don't hear too much. You don't hear too much violence coming out of Canada.
No.
Okay. All righty. So look for Dean Phillips.
Who knows?
Well, are we on is Rhode Island on the primary as the same as Massachusetts? March
no idea.
5th.
I don't know when
Oh,
that
oh.
one
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, if maybe you'll see something
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
When I know because after they move out of
Well, yeah,
New Hampshire, they go
if
to
he's
South
still,
Carolina.
He's going to run out of money.
Eventually,
Probably,
yes.
yeah.
isn't it?
You know,
Especially if he's buying Boston TV. That's
Yeah.
not cheap.
that's not cheap. He'll probably run out of money. No, I just assumed, like a lot of other people, that Biden's going to be the Democratic
Yeah.
nominee.
Now, do you see? Do you think Trump will keep his mouth shut, Ed, or will he say something sometime today before the polls close about Nikki Haley winning the 6 votes in Dixville Notch? Will he just say something derogatory about those 6 people, or will he just say, "Well, it's only 6 votes"? I mean,
I don't think he'll say anything about that.
all right, just
Yeah.
let it lie. Okay, Nikki won that. Okay, fine. I'm really going to concern myself with Manchester, Concord, Nashua.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the
But
real
she
concentration
might,
is.
She might gather up some support in New Hampshire.
Well, she's been trying. She wants like
Yeah.
the 2 independents.
Yeah.
She wants the independent voter
Sure.
up there
Yeah.
to go for her, and not
I
go
can,
for Trump.
I can see that. I can see that happening. That
I can too.
independents and Democrats that don't want Biden
Yeah,
could rally around to it because they probably, it's like, no, I don't want Biden, but geez, maybe I don't want Trump either.
And I saw that-
There's got to be another choice here.
and I saw that on some of the news channels out of Boston that are up in New Hampshire yesterday, and there's a real like 3-way split, and there's your Trump supporters who will never change.
Oh yeah, because those you're not going to change.
You're
no
not gonna
matter
change
what.
at
No,
all.
At all. It's almost like a cult. they're not
I don't
going
know.
to change.
I don't know about cult, but okay.
Well,
but then
you know what I mean.
there's your Biden people too.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
they're the same way.
Well, and
They're
the
just,
Biden,
they're just
but,
not as vocal.
but the Biden people, too, exactly. But the Biden people are because they're Democrats.
Right.
They're dyed in the wool.
Well, we don't vote for a Republican.
tried and
and
true.
we don't care who it
can't
is.
vote for a Republican.
Okay.
I'm going to vote for a Democrat, no matter who it is.
But then there's a third.
And then
There's a third group of people.
That's right.
Of the independents
They're
up
saying,
there.
I don't want either one.
I'm looking at
Right.
these 77-year-old guys. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And that's what Nikki Haley, I think, is counting on.
Well, then that's what she's
She is-
going with.
and I guess Dean Phillips is counting on that as well, if he can get
Now, is he young too?
55.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he is.
He's young.
I don't know how old's Nikki
Yeah.
Haley.
Yeah. And the thing
This
is,
is around 50, about 55.
Same?
I
Okay.
yeah,
think.
about the same age. Yeah. I mean, I don't hold a 77 against them because because that's young. But but looking at especially what I've seen that looks. I know that they keep saying the president is in excellent health. I don't. I think
And
they
his
have
mental
to.
faculties are
his
fine.
and yeah,
And
but
they do
what,
say that.
But you can say that, but I wonder about that. And Trump, he's 77, and he's probably got health issues as well. And what the worst is his mouth.
Well, right. Now, Ed, he did mix up Nikki Haley and Nancy Pelosi.
Yes.
Yeah.
But do you think that was on purpose? Or did he really confuse the two of them?
I think it really
can't
confused
tell.
the
I think
two
he
of them.
confused the
He
two
did.
of them.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Because just the way did he ever correct himself?
Not that I know of.
Oh, I doubt that he would correct himself.
Well, Nikki is not Nancy.
No, I know, I know that. But
And if he's talking about the January 6th situation,
Yeah.
Well, he didn't name her specifically.
No?
No. He didn't name Nikki Haley and January 6th and Pelosi together.
All right.
What he said was that she had, I don't remember the exact thing the way he said it, but to summarize it, it was something like, Nikki Haley did not take advantage of the opportunity to quell the disturbance as it was happening. What he was people say he was driving at was that she didn't activate the National Guard or take advantage of the the government people that were there that could have given more protection sooner. This, that, and the other thing. Well, we all know that person was Nancy Pelosi. But he didn't say that it was Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
And he didn't specifically say, I mean, you just spoke in generalities that made you say, oh, he's got her confused with her.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he's not going to take it back.
Well, no.
Of course
And
not.
he'll just say, I didn't make a mistake.
No.
You misunderstood what I
You
said.
misunderstood
right?
me. That's right. It's not my fault you didn't know what I was talking
Exactly.
about. All right. We're going to take our first break here on the Coffee and program. So we give it over to Ed Carew once again for another message from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thank you again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Are you retired or retiring soon? Well, that's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group, 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, you can call me, Ed Carew, or my son Paul Carew at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Thanks, Ed. And the Coffee and program will continue. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240.
Hi, I'm Kathleen LaValle at The Honey Shop. Check out our Facebook page at The Honey Shop RI, and there you'll see a whole list of our new classes and lots of fun things to do. You could join us for making limoncello, pizzas, pasta making, cheese making, so many fun things to do and learn.
Thanks, Kathy. Folks, if you love food, you'll love the Honey Shop, right behind the Dunkin' Donuts at Park Square in Woonsocket.
When you're thinking about a place to go out to eat with your family or the whole gang, or maybe something quieter for just the two of you, head over to ON Radio's website, woonsocketradio.com, and click on the restaurant guide. This gives you a listing of the best restaurants in the area. You can take a look at menus and possibly even make reservations. This is a great resource to see a bunch of restaurants all in one place. Remember, it's woonsocketradio.com and click on Restaurant Guide. And if you own a restaurant that's not already listed, call WOON Radio at 401-762-1240 for information on how your restaurant can be on the Restaurant Guide. Call Joe at 401-762-1240. The Coffee and panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores. It is Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. We get a note called in at 766-1240, just reminding us that Biden is not 77 years old. Joe Biden is 81 years old today. Okay. He'll turn 82 sometime this year. So so Biden's 81, Trump is 77, and the other two are down in their 50s. So that's all right. That's the way we go. And Massachusetts made a ruling yesterday. Ed, I don't know if you heard about this, Linda, but Trump will stay on the ballot in Massachusetts. Yes,
okay.
they ruled that the whole argument
Yeah.
is not right. So Trump stays on the ballot in Mass, as opposed to, I guess he's still off the ballot in a few other states, and that's still going to the Supreme Court on that one. So, all right. So things that are going on here in Rhode Island, and not good news. When the director of the DOT, Peter Alviti, said, we may have to demolish the bridge.
I know.
The westbound side of the Washington Bridge down there in East Providence. Wow. It may not be worth fixing. Let's just get rid of it and start again. Yeah, wow was right, Linda. Wow. And so if that happens, they got to probably replace the other side. So we're talking years. Now. Yeah. It's 2024. 2030, 2032 before this, if they do decide to demolish it.
Yeah.
It's just, they just think it'll either cost too much money, or if we fix it, it won't be good enough. Yeah. And maybe we should just pull it down, but start over.
Yeah, it looks like the more they look into it, the more they're finding
other issues.
Well,
if they are finding more issues, then
yeah.
They're making a very close study of the bridge's structure.
Yeah.
And so they found not one structural deficiency, it's plural.
Yeah.
So more than one. So that they don't go into great detail, but it's enough that we don't want cars or trucks
Yeah.
on that part of the bridge, thinking it might collapse at any point. So yeah.
That's going to be a nightmare. That's going to create
Oh, if they have to build it something new.
a real nightmare. I mean,
Yes.
obviously, what needs to be done needs to be done.
Well, yeah.
And thank God they found some of these things before that bridge did collapse.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be, I mean, it's already not good. It's
So-
already not good.
Who makes the call here? Is that up to the governor?
Well,
Say, yeah,
no,
let's
I
demolish
yeah,
it?
Well, no. I mean, he's going to need all the information from all those engineers, and if they're saying
All right.
it needs to go, then he's pretty much going to have to, you know.
Well, you would think, Alviti will gather all that,
Oh yeah, that's what I'm
present
saying.
the findings.
But I don't think, that's not within the purview. Yes, the governor can say it's going to be demolished, but they're saying it has to be.
Well, not yet.
No, but when all
may-
the final
yeah.
results come in, if they're finding it such a public safety issue that they have to do it, he's going to.
Would that be
Absolutely go
would the
on.
feds have to get involved with something like that? Ed?
They're probably going to try to get federal money.
Federal money.
So then they would be involved.
Yeah.
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 And I don't know
Yeah.
about that particular bridge, but in Massachusetts, the Bourne Bridge and the Sagamore Bridge, it's the Army Corps of Engineers.
Corps of Engineers. Yeah.
So they
That
may be
maintain
involved
it
too,
or-
but I don't
or-
know.
They built it.
They built it.
They built it. The Corps of Engineers
they're
built
going
those
to,
bridge. Yeah.
you
But
know-
I mean, you could almost see that happening too. Bring the Corps of Engineers in
To
to take
build
a look.
this one, too?
Or no, to take a look and make
Oh.
sure. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be something that the governor can say. Well, yeah, I think you're the governor. You're not an engineer. You know what I mean? It's going to have to be
Mm-hmm.
what is said must happen, and especially as it said, if they look at, we've got to look for federal
Yeah,
help.
oh
with
yeah,
that.
they're going to have to.
When was it in California when that bridge collapsed? Remember, they got federal
Did
help
they?
Right, yeah,
Right
they
away?
did right away, because I mean it's already a
A disaster.
it is. It already is. It's impacting all those businesses and all the residents that have to get to work, and they're getting their work late because, I mean, they opened up the other side, two lanes
Right.
going different.
And it helps.
Yeah, but if you ever look at that traffic
I know,
pattern
it's
in
a
the
backs up.
morning, and I mean, people, they have to go to work.
Yeah.
And they're getting there late, and the story of that one nurse that got, she was crying because she left and gave herself ample time, but she still got to the hospital late. Well, you can't have your nurses getting to the hospital late. You know what I mean? They need to be there. It's
Yeah.
not like they're there to have their hair done or something. It's kind of that, and rescue and fire trucks and
Oh yeah. How do they get
public
through?
safety. How do they?
Well, they actually allow. Well, they were allowing
Well, they were
ambulances.
allowing, yeah, but
One at a
not
time.
One at a time.
Yeah.
But you could have more than one that needs to get.
Yeah, it could
it's
have two or
not-
three
it's
fire
a very
trucks.
bad. It's a very bad situation already.
Yeah.
And I mean, what? But
And if it has to be replaced,
well,
it
of course,
just
but the
stays bad.
alternative is what the bill.
Well, you don't want to.
Crashes and everybody ends up in the river. Is
You don't
not
want to. You don't want to put a Band-Aid
No, you
on the
can't.
bridge
No,
saying,
you
"Oh yeah,
can't.
it's fine now."
No, you can't. And I think what's happening, because everybody says transparency, I'd like to believe that, the more they looked into it, the more they found was wrong.
I think so. Yeah.
And that happens,
All right. So no determination has been made on this. They'll be doing obviously more studies,
Yeah.
and so look for this probably in at least a month or maybe
Yeah.
even longer
Yeah.
before this decision has to be made of whether or not this bridge needs to be completely rebuilt. Things going on in your neck of the woods, Ed. Something's in the water in the town next to yours in Lakeville.
There's a lot of water in Lakeville.
Something's in it because there's
Lost the
more
name.
there's more crashes happening in that town,
Yeah.
and they just arrested somebody
Yeah.
DUI in that area. I don't think people died in that car crash, did they?
Well, there was a guy that we're talking about. I don't know if we're talking about the same car crash, but there
Alright.
was a guy who got killed.
Okay.
An older gentleman got killed
Yeah.
in a car crash. He was walking and somebody hit him.
Okay, wow. But just seems there's been a lot more since about Christmas car crashes going on in Lakeville. Sleepy little town. Not much happens there except except car crashes.
Why do you call it little? It ain't little.
Well,
No?
I'm going little by.
Big.
It is a
Is
big.
it?
It's a big area
An
of land.
area.
Oh, area.
An
but
area.
not by
What are you
population.
talking about? Population?
Yeah, I'd say 20,000.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
that's
really?
Yeah.
kind of little.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it's
no, it's
not.
supposed to be only a
not a
12,000
bustling
something.
metropolis.
Oh well, all right. Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
metropolis. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, but yeah, I just noticed that
Lakeville used to
Seems
be
to be a
part
lot
of
of
Middleborough.
crashes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That at that time, Middleborough was the biggest town by square miles in Massachusetts.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Now Plymouth is.
All right. Other things going on in Rhode Island. There was a deputy sheriff down at the ACI, had to be hospitalized. He was shot by another deputy sheriff. This doesn't normally happen at the prison.
Which prison?
ACI.
At the ACI?
Yep. They're deeming this an accidental shooting at the ACI. Took place outside the ACI's intake center where they bring the prisoners in. Say the incident took place 8:30 yesterday morning. A deputy unintentionally fired his service weapon, and it hit the other guy in the leg.
How do you unintentionally?
Why is your hand on the gun?
Why? Yeah. How are you unintentionally? Ed.
I don't know.
Fire.
I shot the sheriff.
Got
but I
a-
didn't shoot the deputy.
Got a spasm in his finger. I don't know. That's all they're telling us, that it was unintentional. He wasn't trying to shoot him.
Well, no, I hope he wasn't. But,
But
how
maybe
do you
maybe that's the rule as they're bringing inmates in, guns out. While they're bringing them into the intake center, I don't know. So the sheriff was taken to an area hospital with a leg wound. It was not considered life-threatening. The officers were assigned to the intake control and custody transportation unit, which is tasked with bringing inmates to and from court. Okay. No ACI detainees or employees were involved. Rhode Island State Police detectives are investigating. So I don't think they were. Yeah, it looks like they weren't bringing people in, but it was time. You know, prisoners have their court dates, and we got to get them into that van.
Right, and the sheriffs bring them.
And the sheriff's bring them.
Sheriffs bring
Yeah.
them, not the
So they're just-
correction officer. Yeah.
They're just ready as they're walking these guys or ladies out, and one got shot.
Ed, do those pistols? Do they have safeties on them? Like,
They should.
but
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, the guy who got shot must have been surprised.
Well, I guess. Oh my God.
Was that an inmate? No. Yikes! So,
Wow.
well, that's what took place at the ACI yesterday, and there was a homicide, murder in Pawtucket over the weekend.
You're full of good cheer.
There's just no good news. A Pawtucket man will remain held on charges that include first-degree domestic murder, one of those deals where it's a boyfriend girlfriend kind of thing.
Where was
And
this?
this is in Pawtucket.
Pawtucket.
And Michael Fernandez, 33,
Yeah, I heard of this one. Yeah.
shot and killed allegedly Jocelyn Takutu, and she is Fernandez is 34. She is 33. He was arrested the following day, accused of violating a no contact order, carrying a firearm without a license or permit, and the actual murder too. So he's going to undergo a competency evaluation. He will be in court in February, but I did read that it was a boyfriend, girlfriend,
Boyfriend,
ex
He
thing
was the
done.
ex-boyfriend. Yeah.
And so some just get so turned around and go crazy, and if I can't have you, nobody is going to have you, kind of thing. And from what I read, she's a very well known person in the area, a hairdresser in the Pawtucket area, and they're very sad that she's passed away. And it is sad that this has happened, but he's being held without bail. Well,
Just wanted to say,
Yes.
you asked about safeties. Not all pistols have
No.
safeties.
No.
it makes you wonder if the sheriffs have it on their pistols when they're to and fro with the inmates.
I don't know if they have it or if they're told not to put it on
Yeah.
while they're moving people in and out.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Okay. We're going to take a break here on the Coffee and program. More coming your way. And time for the weather forecast being brought to you by Compassion International.
Increasingly cloudy today with a high near 37 degrees and variable winds becoming west. The chance of precipitation today is 20%, and that's for a possible rain and snow mix this afternoon. Tonight, snow is 60% likely, mainly between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. Cloudy skies, overnight low of 29. New snow accumulation between 1 and 2 inches is possible overnight tonight. Wednesday's weather. A wintry mix of snow and freezing rain, changing over to rain, snow, and sleet later in the day. Cloudy skies, 35 for a high. The chance of precipitation, 50% on Wednesday. Little or no snow or sleet accumulation is expected during the day Wednesday. Wednesday night, more rain. Overnight low of 35. South wind, 80% chance of another quarter of an inch of rain possible. Thursday, rain is 70% likely, otherwise cloudy skies and a high of 49. Friday, rain is 60% likely, mostly cloudy skies, high of 50. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high of 45. Sunday, rain is likely, 70% chance with a high of 43. And on Monday, mostly cloudy skies, high of 31 with a north wind.
Currently outside the Navigate Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, we do have mostly cloudy skies. The temperature getting even a little bit warmer. We're at 36 degrees. Families in poverty are facing a global food crisis. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
For an Allstate agent, providing protection options that fit your life is something they take, well, personally. Allstate agents are committed to learning about your needs and helping customize protection to meet them. From bundling your home and auto insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage, your Allstate agent can help build an insurance proposal that fits your life. And just as important as learning what you need is learning what you don't. Because helping you get coverage you want with savings you deserve is what Allstate is all about. It's time to get coverage that's catered to you. Are you in good hands? Call Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. One telephone number, 765-5000. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Woonsocket Door Sales carries an excellent variety of doors to complement your residence or business, including the LiftMaster security doors that provide you with extra protection against theft. These doors feature a special security ID code to further safeguard your home, business, or valuables in your garage. Remember, an attractive door complements the appearance of your home or business. Woonsocket Door Sales for installation, parts, and repairs. Woonsocket Door Sales, 1 Biltmore Avenue, Cumberland. Call them 767-3448.
Hello, this is Manny Brando. I hope you will listen to us each Sunday morning at 8:30. I will sing your favorite songs, and my wife Virginia will organize everything.
That's right, Manny. It's the Manny and Virginia Show every Sunday morning at 8:30 on ON, AM, and FM radio.
All right, it is Coffee In here on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us. My name is Joe Callahan. I'm here with Ed Crew and Linda Thibault. So we gotta get you guys' reaction to this. Now, this is taking place in North Attleboro, Massachusetts, okay? And I'm looking at Channel 12's website, and you can read the story if you like on their website at WPRI.com. Students, I believe in their middle school, all right, students will no longer be able to find the book, and the book is called Woke, A Young Poet's Call to Justice. They've removed them from the school libraries, okay? The superintendent of North Attleboro Schools, John Antonucci, confirmed Monday that the book has been pulled from the general circulation in public schools across the town. The restricted book is a collection of poems to inspire kids to stay woke and become a new generation of activists. That's according to the publisher of the book, okay? Now, let's see. North Attleboro received a request from a community member last year to remove the book from their library's collections. Now, the superintendent goes on, I'm quoting, "I know the topic of book bans raises a lot of emotions and elicits strong opinions, and it should. Decisions such as these should not be taken lightly, and they warrant a thoughtful and measured response. He is saying he has to abide by the policies laid out by the North Attleboro School Committee. I'm just following orders, is what he's saying. He said the book was pulled from the shelves in accordance with the Library Media Center Materials Selections Policy. I don't know what the policy says. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah.
And like that. So when I first heard about this, I was like, oh, okay, good. It's the whole woke mentality. But then I thought, well, wait a minute. The last thing I want to be, the last thing that's bad that people can accuse you of is being a hypocrite. And so when they decided, when some libraries decided to ban like The Wizard of Oz and Grapes of Wrath and the Harry Potter books, I was like, what are you doing? You shouldn't be banning books. And so now I have to agree that that book should be allowed to be read. So I'm not a hypocrite, even though I don't agree with what the poems are probably saying.
What are the poems probably saying? Could you enlighten us?
I wish I could. I don't have a copy of the book, and they don't give you the story.
What's the theme of the?
I can go back and tell you what the publisher said again.
I know it's supposed to encourage young people to do what?
Collection of poems to inspire kids to stay woke and become a new generation of activists.
So what does that mean?
Speak up for yourself
Yeah.
if you don't agree with what you see going on.
Yeah,
Get other people to rally around your point of view if you all agree.
yeah.
Have protests if you don't like what you see going on.
Yeah. I'm trying
So
to
I
see
don't know.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
As you're explaining it, I'm saying, but and I would agree with the superintendent. He works for the school committee,
Yeah, and you got to
And
look
for
at you got to look at their policies.
and
I
it
guess
has to be the policy. He has to follow the
yes.
policies.
And do the policies say
Yeah.
nothing that will incite
Riots.
or
Yeah.
violence?
Yeah, yeah.
And who's making that decision?
But just
The school
speaking-
committee?
But just speaking up for yourself doesn't mean you're going to incite a riot.
True, but we don't know what the other poems are actually saying.
Well, that's what I mean. You'd have to know the details of what they're saying.
Yes.
And,
All right.
And
But with the whole thing, and Ed, you might have come in a little late on this, but the ironic part of the whole thing, okay, we've pulled them from the school libraries, but the teachers can have them in the classrooms,
yeah, I heard that part. What does that mean?
and the kids can
Yeah.
still read the book.
Yeah, so
in
so what-
the classroom.
So,
So,
that is being hypocritical.
Well,
Quite
isn't it?
honestly, it's like or a double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
It's kind of sitting somewhere in the middle in the
Yeah.
fence and saying.
and the best thing to do if you want to, especially kids, if you want to get them to not read something, is tell them that they can't.
Yeah.
And now they're going to rush to it because
Yeah.
something's in here that I'm not supposed to see or hear, or I may get an idea of some sort.
So let's read it.
So let's read it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
see what's going on.
Unless they feel that if it's in the classroom, then they could be reading it with the
Well, that's it. The
with
teacher
the,
can monitor it.
monitor. Well, not only that, under supervision and help to explain and talk about things. But it is kind of interesting.
North Attleboro Town Council President John Simmons said,
Yeah.
quote, banning books is against everything we stand for.
Exactly. Yeah. And he walked
It's
out of the meeting and
indefensible,
everything. Yeah.
according to another counselor.
Yeah.
So the town council's not happy about this. So the North Attleboro School Committee, if you want to go, is having their next meeting on February 6th.
I have enough
And they'll be discussing the book's removal at their next meeting. So it could get contentious at that meeting.
But I think technically the school committee's in charge.
They are.
They are, yeah.
Well, we got to change their regulations,
Yeah,
I guess. Do you know why the Harry Potter books have been banned in some places?
Why?
Oh, witches. There's witches and warlocks in the books.
Oh,
And some people say there are some people that truly believe there's no such thing as a good witch. All witches are bad, and therefore you can't read this because there's good witches in it. Same thing with the Wizard of Oz.
yeah.
There's no such thing as a good witch. So, and the Diary of Anne Frank, that book's been banned.
Why has that been banned?
From what I've heard for that book, Anne Frank wrote in there that she still believed all people are good, even though she was in hiding. Even the Nazis. And so people are against that. No, all Nazis are bad. So the inclination that all people are generally good, some people don't like that notion. So,
Wow.
and the Bible's been banned too. It's awful violent in the Old Testament.
Wow. I got nothing.
Ed, should woke books be taken out of the school libraries?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm not getting involved with that.
You want to? You gonna take the fifth on this one?
I'm going to take a fifth.
All right. Well, that's what's going on in North Attleboro. I just found it to be a very interesting story that's what they're doing, and because it's the first time I've read about where they're banning a book that I would never read. And I was like I said, I was happy they were banning this book, and I said, well, wait a minute, just because I don't agree with what it says,
Yeah.
should it be banned? The answer is actually no, which drives me crazy. But it's not something. It's not something I would read. I don't think it's anything my daughter would ever go about reading. So I mention to you, Ed, because we like to have. I mentioned this yesterday too. We like to have fun with the federal government and how they're inefficient and things don't work and everything takes forever and a day to get things done. Something happened and it went well with myself because my daughter's of that. You must remember this with your grandkids filling out the financial aid form. Well, it's fill out financial aid form time.
I did it with my kids, sure.
Oh, okay. Well, it's funny because usually you did it in October, and they said, no, we're changing it. And so wait, and it's going to get better. And don't you love it when the federal government says it's going to get better? And so we had to wait till the end of December. And they said, well, you really should wait till sometime in January. And then they said, well, you really should wait to the middle of January and onward, so we get all the bugs worked out. And sure enough, people went in on January 1st to try to fill it out, and it crashed the system. Anyway, so I waited, and so I did it over the weekend, and I was waiting. So I had plenty of time. I had everything nearby that I needed, all Social Security numbers and all tax returns ready to go in case I needed it. And so you go on and you fill it. You say, I'm the parent. And and you fill in your little code, and all your information comes up that I've already pre-put in, which was good. So name, address, phone, email, Social Security number. Okay, it's all there, and it does ask you, is it okay with you if we go to the IRS website and pull your tax return from 2022? You have to say yes, or else nothing happens. So click yes, okay, and you move on, and who's your child, and what's their name, address, phone, email, Social Security numbers, and then they, is everything all set and correct? And I'm like, and I hit submit, and it says that your part's complete, and I got an email, your part's done. It took me 15 minutes,
Wow.
and no headaches, no hassle, nothing.
Wow.
Now my daughter I said, check your email. And she got, okay. She goes, I got something from the federal government. I said, that's the financial aid form. I said, now you need to go in and do your part. And so I was watching her do it. Same thing, looking at her name and information. That was all correct. And now she has to go in and she had to type in the schools that she wants the information sent to. And so she did that. And they said, okay, is everything correct? Name, address, phones. Are you sure these are the 7 schools you want? Because you did 7. Yep, these are all them. Submit. Your part's complete. You're all done. This whole thing took half an hour.
Wow.
And it worked flawlessly. And this is a federal government thing. And I was just shocked and amazed. And it said, okay, and we'll send it out to these schools. And now we just wait for the schools to get it, evaluate whatever they got to do for them to get back to us. So I was just, sometimes things go right.
The Massachusetts registry is very efficient too.
Okay.
Jane got her license renewal thing in the mail, and she asked me to do it for her online because he says go online and see if you qualify to do it.
That's right.
You know, and so I went on there and it said yes. So I filled it all out for her. And a couple days later, I got my registration renewal. So I went online, did that, and yesterday in the mail, I already have my new registration.
That quick, huh?
Less than a week.
Wow.
You know, still waiting for her driver's license, but that probably takes longer because it's a plastic card.
Yeah.
You know, so that's probably a little more time consuming than just printing out paper.
I love it when I have to do that with the registry, and same thing. Do you qualify to just do it online? And whenever you get to the point and it tells you don't have to come in to have your picture taken. Yes.
Yes, I know.
All right.
You don't need the picture, yeah.
So click
for
here,
license?
pay. Yeah, for your
Yeah.
license. Pay this. I think it's $60.
Yeah.
Pay this, and we'll send you your new license with your old picture.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I like it. Also, when the registration comes in and down in the lower right-hand corner, it says insurance stamp not needed. I say, oh, right.
Yes. All right. All right. One more break here in the Coffee and program. More still to come your way. Comments and questions can still be called in at 766-1240.
Due to higher prices for food, gas for the car, and utilities, the bills piled up, and I got worried.
For years, the Good Neighbor Energy Fund has responded by providing energy assistance to local households.
Thanks to the fund, my family is getting through this tough time.
If your household is having trouble paying the heating bills, please contact a CAP agency, call United Way 211, or visit Rhode-IslandGoodNeighbor.org. Ad sponsored by the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
It's party time. Time for the Northern Rhode Island Council of the Arts 29th Annual Mardi Gras. Running for 2024 Mardi Gras Queen are Lauren Fagnet, Jean Michon, and Denise Salasis. Get your tickets today for the Queen Coronation on Sunday, February 4th at the Italian Working Men's Club and the Mardi Gras Ball on Saturday, February 10th at the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center. Don't wait. Tickets will sell out. Call 401-486-9380 or visit nrica.org.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
All right, it is Coffee and here on ONAM and FM. This is Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. And usually, I would say, if you're down in Tennessee and you want to go to the Grand Ole Opry, 'cause that's where it is, you're going to expect to have a good time.
I've been there. Have you ever been?
I've never been.
I've been to the Grand Ole Opry. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
for the first, probably for the first time ever, the Grand Ole Opry had to apologize for a singer's performance.
Really?
A woman by the name of, it's either Elle or Ellie, E-L-L-E, there's her first name, Ellie King, was there to perform on Dolly Parton's 78th birthday tribute. And this was on Friday. So she takes the stage at the Grand Ole Opry, which is in Nashville, Tennessee. She appeared drunk. She used foul language and forgot the lyrics to the song that she was singing, which was a Dolly Parton song. Now, the song is called Marry Me. I don't know that song by Dolly Parton. Do you know it, Ed?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. But I looked up what happened. There's got to be more information on this story. And not only did King appear to be drunk, she admitted it on stage. She's basically said, I don't know the words to this song because I'm hammered. With a few other adjectives thrown in. I'm paraphrasing. And then she made fun of the town using other adjectives about Nashville. I'm like,
She
So-
won't get invited back.
I know she's coming back to the Opry for a long, long time. Now, the Opry they tweeted out, quote, "We deeply regret and apologize for the language that was used," unquote. Nothing about whether or not she'll be asked back. Now, her or her management has not publicly commented on her performance.
Wow.
Wow, I was right. Now, I'm thinking back, the Opry's been around there for so long. And was she the first person to perform there that's had a few drinks? Probably not.
Probably not. No.
Especially when you go back to the 50s and 60s. But probably one of the first times someone has forgotten the words, and probably
Well-
sometime that was using foul language on stage at the Opry.
Yeah.
It's not known for that kind of entertainment.
No, because it's very, it's not big.
No, it's a small auditorium.
It's a small auditorium, and it's very cozy and everything. Yeah, it's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
I-
they're not known for
The vulgarity is
no,
that kind
no,
of thing.
no.
So, but I asked Dave. I said the Grand Ole Opry is heard on a radio station down there in Tennessee. They've been doing it for years and years and years. So it makes me wonder if they were doing this particular
Oh,
broadcast
that would have been not
at
good.
the time, and was it on delay? It doesn't mention if they were on that night. I don't know when they. Maybe it's a Saturday night thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is done on Friday night, but I'm thinking the audience must have been just in shock
Yes.
to.
Yeah. Wow.
And she went on to say, and when she forgot the words, sorry about this. Don't tell Dolly though, kind of thing.
You
And I
think
thi-
Dolly
and
didn't
and
notice
I
that?
think she was there.
That's what I mean. Dolly just might have noticed.
You're there,
that,
and you're screwing up my song.
My song, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, bad news coming out of the Grand Ole Opry.
Wow.
All right.
That's too bad.
I always tell my daughter, because she likes to watch like zombie shows and things like that, and I keep saying zombies are not real.
Yeah.
This is just dumb,
Yeah.
kind of thing. But now, scientists are concerned. They're focusing on an ancient quote zombie viruses that could be unleashed. They fear this is a true thing.
Okay.
They fear the viruses, which are trapped in the Arctic ice,
Yeah.
could be unleashed due to global warming. And fear, once they are unfrozen, could possibly start a deadly new pandemic. Hurry up, the sky is falling.
But one would think if they're frozen, it's kind of killing the virus. Or they're saying it's preserving it.
I guess, yeah.
Wow.
Scientists from a university in southern France say the frozen microbes could remain viable for tens of thousands of years.
Really?
Well, that's what they're saying.
Wow.
We won't know till we actually unfreeze them and see what happens. But it just makes me wonder, what is a zombie virus? Is it a zombie because they've been laying basically dead for so many years in the ice?
That's why they're calling it a zombie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now it's coming back to life
Yeah, I
again.
don't think it's going to be going to turn into a zombie walking around.
Not one of those people. No.
looking to eat brains and things like that? No, that's not going to
No, I
happen.
don't think so. No, I don't think so. Yeah. That's
Well, all right. We had the story yesterday, Linda. This is a good thing. You might have already known this from your nursing days. Eating dark chocolate could reduce the risk of high blood pressure. Excellent. Finally, another reason.
There you go. For dark
Not only
chocolate,
does it
yeah,
taste
yeah.
good,
It tastes
it's
good.
healthy for you.
Well, it's healthier than milk chocolate. It's an antioxidant. Yeah.
A new study in the Journal of Nature Scientific Reports found that dark chocolate may also decrease the risk of blood clotting.
Wow.
While an exact cause couldn't be determined, experts say the findings may warrant further research for any benefits in combating cardiovascular diseases. That is Linda's phone that is going
Yeah,
off.
you know, and I had shut this off, so I don't know if she got through.
So, hey, if it means eating dark chocolate one piece every day, I'm all for it, Linda.
Yeah. No, dark chocolate is, yeah,
And it's delicious,
it is good.
as opposed to milk chocolate. I think because it
Well,
bites
I
back.
like milk chocolate better, but
Oh, you
dark
do?
Yeah, yeah.
Ed, milk or dark?
I like milk chocolate
Do you?
better, but I know
Wow.
dark chocolate is
It's
better for you.
yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm the only
Especially
one.
with a
I like
glass
dark
of red
chocolate.
wine.
You like dark chocolate?
Milk chocolate and red wine together.
No, dark chocolate and red wine.
Oh, okay.
yes,
there
it
you go.
goes
Yeah.
it does go. It really does.
Yeah.
It really does. Actually, I forgot what liquor store it was. They actually had the appropriate chocolate for Merlot. This is the chocolate that
Yeah,
you want.
yeah.
You know, yeah.
Oh, they tell you?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah, there
okay.
are certain ones. Yeah. And you know, I went to Hershey. I don't, have you ever
Pennsylvania?
been to Hershey?
No.
Oh, yeah.
And actually
Oh,
go in
Hershey,
Park-
Pennsylvania.
Hershey,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, in
Yeah.
Hershey Park.
I've been played there.
We went. Really?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that an awesome place?
Yeah.
So we
I love
went
Hershey.
there. We were at a skating competition, and so we went in and we went to this thing. It was like you could be certified in chocolate.
Oh, well, excellent.
we went and we learned all about chocolate, and it was hysterical. And they gave us dark chocolate, and they showed us, well, you know, try this dark chocolate. I was like, oh, I don't
Some
like
can
dark-
be incredibly bitter.
don't like dark chocolate. But the thing is, with dark chocolate, you just kind of. They said, you know, put it in your mouth and don't chew it.
Chew
or
it, let it
anything.
melt?
Just let it melt. And I said,
Much better.
That's how you do. And so then we got a certificate. We got a certificate that we were, we were certified as a chocolate person.
Connoisseur
A
kind of thing?
connoisseur of chocolate.
All right.
But it was fun. And then we got to make our own chocolate bars, too.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was. It was. Hershey Park is really awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It
Now,
is, yeah.
now
The whole-
Ed.
the whole city's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Now, Ed, with the dark chocolate goes with the red wine.
Yeah.
Do you dip it in the red wine? Is that
No,
gauche?
No, no.
You.
How do you do
like
it?
Linda said,
say-
you put
Oh,
let it
piece?
melt, and then
Yeah.
you take a
Take
sip.
Sip.
a sip of the, yeah.
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 And the combination of the red wine and dark chocolate is a good mix.
Because when I first saw that, I said, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen." Who does this? Who eats chocolate with wine? But it is. It's very nice. Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Not a huge red wine person, but I can have some. And
Try Pinot Noir.
that's good stuff.
That's good stuff. And that's probably the darker the red wine, the healthier it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Other good news. Okay, twin brothers from Long Island have been named valedictorian and salutatorian of their high school graduating class.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that nice?
Except if you're the salutatorian, you want to
Missed
be
it
the valid
by that
by this much, right?
Devin and Dylan Lee are the top performing seniors in their Herrick High School graduating class in New Hyde Park. The 17-year-old fraternal twins' GPAs are separated by 6/1000th of a point. That's a close one. Devin, the valedictorian, will attend Cornell, while Dylan, the salutatorian, is going to go to Yale. The twins also play volleyball. They run marathons, and they're both musicians as well.
They're well
They're also humble, crediting their parents for their success, saying they didn't push them to get top grades, just to do their best.
to do their best. But it was so close. I should have made both valedictorian.
No, you gotta have one and another.
know, but
You can't
they-
have co.
That close. That close.
They probably got the answer wrong when they said, "Is Pluto a planet?" And one of them said yes, and one of them said no, and that knocked you down.
Yeah.
So sorry, no, Pluto's
That's
not
awesome,
a
though,
planet
huh?
anymore. But good for them.
Good for
And
them.
what I thought I read on same thing, and maybe I have it wrong, but I think I got this right. Their sister, who was older than them by about 3 years or so,
She was probably
she was the
valedictorian,
valedictorian too of her class. So this is a smart family.
Smart family.
And usually, twins like this, I'm surprised they're not going to the same school.
Well, it's probably best that they're not.
It probably
and
is.
Finally, they're probably
Be
tired of.
separated out
They're probably tired
of just
of the twin thing. Let me be free.
Oh, it's Devin and Dylan. They're
Yeah,
always
that's it.
together.
Yeah, they're always
So
together,
now go out and earn your own way without your brother
Yeah.
nearby, and say, okay, that could certainly could benefit them. So that's a good thing there. Things are not going well with airplanes, Ed. and I was going to ask. I think United Airlines comes out with their earnings.
United
this
did
week.
this morning.
Oh, and how were they?
Excellent.
Oh, well, okay. We had the issue with Alaska Airlines a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, the door.
With the plug blew out the door.
Yep.
Now there was an issue in Houston with an American Airlines flight. Again, a Boeing 737, not a 700 but an 800, and this one had a fire in the galley.
Wow.
So
You
they
gonna
had-
blame Boeing for that?
well, it's their oven. I think it's their oven.
I don't think Boeing makes ovens.
Maybe they don't make the
No,
oven.
I don't think
Just like they didn't make the plug.
Well,
Yeah.
all right.
Spirit Aerosystems.
This happened at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Fire crews responded for a reported fire in the galley of the Boeing 737-800. The jet was declared fire safe after about a half an hour. Nobody was hurt. American Airlines had to issue a statement apologizing to the passengers, who were then put on another flight. You're not taking this one. Go on another airplane. They were heading to Charlotte, North Carolina, a little later than they wanted to, but that's what happened. So no, it's not really Boeing's fault.
No, and last
No.
week there was a
wasn't-
cargo plane that left Miami, and after it got around, one of their engines caught fire, and it came back to Miami.
Okay,
The engine caught fire.
Mm-hmm.
Boeing doesn't make engines.
what do they make? Just the body?
They make the fuselage, and
Yeah.
they put all the stuff together.
All right.
Oh, but everybody else, there's a lot of companies involved. There are probably 1,000 or more companies involved in making little portions of the plane.
Yeah, you're right. They don't make the seats. Someone else makes the seats, right? A friend of mine got stuck. This happened to when I flew out to St. Louis. The guy sitting next to me, this happened to him. And then it happened to a friend of mine that was in St. Louis. And this is what happens. And this is the challenge when you fly Southwest. That your flight may be canceled, and you put in another flight. Now, some people, like myself, pay a little extra if I'm flying Southwest, so I can board first with the A group, so I can guarantee myself some overhead bin space. The guy sitting next to me and my friend in St. Louis, both on different flights, now had their flights canceled. All right, they had both paid extra to be in the A group, but when you get put to the new flight, all the A group numbers are taken by other people.
Right.
You get put in the C group, and you get to sit in the middle seat.
Yeah.
They are not happy.
No.
The guy sitting next to me wasn't happy. Southwest is going to hear from me. And my friend in St. Louis, Southwest is going to hear.
Yeah.
And they'll probably get back. I'm sure they'll get their money back for paying
Well,
extra to be in the A
they'll get that
group.
back,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
Which is it's not a lot of money. I think
Yeah.
it's $25 going
Yeah.
each way. It's certainly not a lot, but it is quite the inconvenience.
Yeah, if something like that happens, you can get some money back. Definitely.
On that.
Yeah.
Okay. But for the three or so hours that you're stuck in that middle seat that you didn't want, you're just fuming. This wasn't my fault. This is not what I paid for. All right, we're done with the show for today. We thank you very much for listening in. As always, Ed Crew, thanks for coming in today.
Always a pleasure.
All right, and Linda Tebow, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
All right, this is Joe Callahan. Have yourself a fantastic day. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the Crew. Do you remember is coming your way at 9:30 on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. A bomb threat against the Block Island Ferry was not credible.